Thank you for coming on the live studios.
Thanks for having me.
It's does this place have any connection for you guys? For you?
Uh,
Sorry.
this location?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying before, one of these buildings, and honestly, I don't know if it's still standing. My auntie used to work in one of them, and when the Skyworks,
Yeah.
Australia Day used to be on, she used to take me up the top of the building. So from like the 30 whatever floor, I used to watch the Skyworks when I was 4 or 5.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, and yeah, I hadn't thought about that until she passed away like 2-3 years ago, maybe.
Yep.
And it's just it's a bit of a spin out that this is where we ended up.
So take you back.
Yeah, it did a bit. Yeah,
it's a nice location for us to do our first one.
Absolutely.
Nothing more iconic in Perth than this Perth Foreshore.
This is it.
Yep.
Yeah, I love
You've
it.
mostly travelled under this freeway, over this freeway. How many times?
Yeah,
and now you're going to have this as a bit of a connection for yourself.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love making new memories in places that have connection. It completes something. I don't know what that is, but I know it's something.
So who is Sid Sixstring?
Sid Sixstring. The side project of my alter ego was the joke, right? So underneath it all, I'm Josh. Sid is a guy that about 20 odd years ago played bass for a band called Unicorn Thieves in Perth up here, and life happened in between. When I came back to music, I wasn't comfortable. I'm still not very comfortable just being me on stage. If that's
I think we can
by be creating Sid, who's also Side Effects the Cytopian, and that feeds into my other part of music where I'm a frontman for a metal band. And Side Effects Productions is the business I run on the side as well. It just became my musical identity. And then when I picked up the six string to do this, he just became Sid Sixstring.
Fair enough.
That's that, yeah.
Okay. So Unicorn
Thieves, yeah.
Thieves.
Yeah, Jay Walker. So not everyone knows him because he was not as well known as he should be, but everyone that knows him remembers him. A quick side story, this one's great actually. I was in the green room at Milk Bar in Inglewood, and I'd put a bill together that included Hail Mary. Hail Mary put us on as Unicorn Thieves 23 years ago. They put us on a bill. And I said then, if I can ever do anything to pay us back, I will. Well, 23 years later, I was the promoter and contacted them. They came in and I said, look, I don't know if you remember me. He goes, you seem familiar. I think I know who you are. And I said, Jay Walker. And he's like, oh.
Yeah.
The whole green room. Everyone remembers Jay. The band wasn't big, just really good.
Yeah.
And I was there as well for a little while. And then, yeah.
Well, that making memories and dropping names, and everyone starts to connect.
That's exactly right.
It's half the music industry in Perth.
This is it. It was much smaller back then too, I think. It's not much bigger now though.
Yep.
It's a beautiful thing though.
Yep. So how did you get into music and guitar?
10 years old, showed up to school one day. They went, here, do this test. So I did. Then they showed up a few weeks later and went, you've got an ear for music? And I said, that sounds nice. They said, pick an instrument. And I said, guitar, because that's cool, right?
Yeah.
Family, I'm the first musician out of my family sort of anywhere. Mm-hmm. But we're Irish Italian, so sort of music was always there.
Yep.
My auntie's boyfriend though, Wayne, he plays mean guitar.
Okay.
I was 10 or 11. I looked up to that.
I'm guessing they tried to get you to play classical, and they mostly do.
I did, yeah. No, so I did 2 years. It was supposed to be a 6-year scholarship. I did 2 years of that. Life happened. Mum and Dad divorced. I went down south with Mum. Found out what a guitar chord was.
Yeah.
And
so down south is
Australind.
Okay.
Yeah, Mum was a teacher. So.
Yep. Not Bunbury? Australind?
No, not quite far enough to Bunbury. No, might have been better. No, it was good. I mean, anything's what you make of it, and your teenage years or your life when you look back, that's how you choose to see it. I had a great time. I made a lot of friends, had a lot of memories and stuff.
Yeah.
I learned to play contemporary guitar, I guess it would be called. Started writing songs probably even before I could play guitar.
Yep.
And then poetry at 10, thanks to Charlie Sheen. It's a story for another time.
Okay.
And then 13 would have been the first guitar and vocal thing that I ever did. Yeah, I would have ripped it off from someone else, I would imagine, and it was shocking, I'm sure. But
so you kind of found your way to bass, and you've gone back to guitar again.
Yeah, the bass thing came from playing classical. So I went to a music store one day. I just had some downtime. Picked up a bass, and because I'd spent years on the right-hand technique, I didn't think about using a pick or anything else. I just started playing.
Yeah.
This guy comes up to me. He's like, "How long have you been playing bass for?" 20 minutes. And how long have you been playing bass? I said, "I've been playing for 20 minutes." He said, "I have people come in and out of here all day. Do you want to join my band?" And I went, "Yeah, why not?" So I went and caught up with him on that Saturday, and we worked together for 4 years.
Nice.
Yeah. That was Jay. That was Unicorn Thieves. That's where that started.
Yeah. What music store was it?
That was Vibrations Music Store in Bunbury.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back when it was Like it was down the hill. I lived in a house up on the hill near the church, and walked into town one day, and yeah, that was that. We ended up recording I was on two of the EPs he recorded, and worked with like Andy Lawson at Devesa,
Yeah.
Mel Clark at his house, which was fun. The drummer from Sleepy Jackson at the time, and I got to meet some really amazing people. Had a really good time.
Yeah.
Ben Glatzer from Revolver and stuff like that. Yeah, it was an awesome experience for a kid. It definitely was. Yeah. And then life happened as it does, and I was elsewhere for a while. Got married and had kids and stuff. So, yeah. Then now my kids are musicians.
There we go. You bred it into the family now.
Yeah. So I was the first generation, and now all three of my kids, and they're significantly better than I am. So one's full time as a musician as well. So I'm following in Dad's footsteps, which I didn't think any of my kids would ever end up doing. So that was nice.
Yeah.
There's something to connect on as well.
Where do you draw your inspiration for your songwriting?
I feel like I just rip everyone else off. I think it's like it's more a matter of if I hear Neil Young, Bruce Springsteen, Bob Dylan a little bit less, John Bon Jovi, hence the cover and that. So it's one of those things that the feeling, and how do I emulate how that feels to me from something I've created.
Yep.
And so it's a lot of just sitting on my guitar and just playing around, and then something will grab me and I'll take that somewhere. I've written poetry now for 30 years, and so finding lyrics is easy.
It's more, you're saying more of the style of the music.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So didn't get a chance to play it today due to my slightly disorganized nature, but John Butler.
Yep.
So there's a lot of that inspires what I do, but I very rarely write with a slide. There's only one or two things that I have, but that feeling that it has, that almost Celtic vibe. So things like that I feel I'll go, okay, can I emulate something like that? And then just personal experience. Just what was the song? If I Was You, the song that I played today. That was a song I wrote for my neighbour because they wouldn't mind their own damn business. Yep. I went for a walk around the block. I was ticked off. I got home. I picked up my guitar, played 3 chords, and went, okay, if I was you, I'd mind my own business. So
sounds like my teens growing up in St. James.
There you go.
First song you ever wrote, what was it about?
So I'm just trying to think now. It had to have been about a girl or about something. It was
well, you were teen back then.
Yeah. I think the very first one, I think I was even younger, and I had a melody in my head, but I'm sure again that was probably just stolen from somewhere and reworded. But the first one I remember putting time into at 13. What was that called? Isn't It Funny? I think it was an acoustic thing that when I look back on it, I think I stole most of it from Gloria Estefan.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I've all the places to get anything, but it was about, isn't it funny how the sky seems so blue? Oh, that's right. And then I saw the next riff from The Offspring because that's what we're doing.
Oh, yeah.
Soft, loud, soft because it was grunge, right?
Yeah. The era of it.
That's it.
What's your creative process? I'm guessing your song lyrics are coming first. Is this?
No. So I start with groove.
Okay.
And I don't have much, and I don't worry about rhythm, but it's more a matter of, does this progression or this riff or this structure or whatever it is, does it bring something out of me or give something to me? And if I find that, for my solo work anyway, I'll sit on that. And I'll just sit and I'll probably open up the door, or I'll grab my phone or whatever and hit record and just ad-lib of whatever comes out. And sometimes it's 5 minutes and sometimes it's a lot more. And if there's a song in there, I'll find it, or I'll work around to it if I think that's necessary. But
it's a great way to think about it. So you just basically you find something, you record it, and then you go back on it and reflect on it.
Yeah, and then decide, because there are a lot of things that seem really good in the moment. Moments are great, and capturing a moment is kind of what we aim to do. But some moments are best just left in the moment. We spend a lot of time trying to drag up the past or project the future, and sometimes just being here and now. And if the song can do that, I think that's where you get timeless. I think that's what makes great. And it'll mean something in 10 years, and that's important. I think it's as songwriters anyway.
Yeah. What makes a live performance special to you?
Connection. Yeah. So I've done some of my own stuff on the guitar live, and I love it. I really do. but the majority of my live work's with just a microphone in front of metal bands. And I love being right at the front of the stage. I love being able to fist bump people, and I love having people sing back at me, and I love being able to challenge people and bring people in and spend whatever the set list is, half an hour, 45 minutes to an hour away from some of this.
Yeah.
And just be here with a group of people whose only connectivity is something that doesn't exist. A song isn't somewhere you can go, and a song isn't something you can actually pick up. I mean, CD, yeah, but realistically, it's not something that truly has a tangibility or a physicality to it. And yet it draws anywhere up to thousands of people in and holds them there for the time that song runs. And I think that transcends that moment when you are musicians and you work together. That's what a band is. But that moment in and of itself is really special.
The golden moment.
Yeah, man. And I think as frontmen, like you have an obligation to try and create that to some extent, as long as it's organic. I don't like people being fake. I don't think that's necessary. But that's what live is to me. It's really asking people how you're feeling out there, or are you live out there, and having them yell back, and then going, okay, let's try this again, because I understand it's been Monday to Friday and it's a weekend, but hey,
you're pent up.
And every time you do that, people are happy to hear it because they're happy to yell a bit louder, and then the room changes how it feels, and yeah, it's a good time to be had, I think.
Yeah, nice.
I love it.
Stand-up moment of your journey so far? There's a few already dumped.
Yeah, there's a few. So recording the Unicorn Thieves back in the day was awesome. The live performances then, singular. From an egotistical standpoint, one of the coolest things I've had happen is I had a band contact me, and they said, we heard that you're finishing up with one project. We want you on board. I was like, okay, so send me the set list, on audition. And they're like, no.
It's in.
We want you on board. We know what you can do. We want you. I was like, that's
poached in a good way.
Yeah, and so that was Cytopia. I front that band now, and they're amazing. They're an amazing group of guys, and they're elite level musicians. So for me to have that caliber and that quality of a band to actually seek me out and ask for me specifically, for a long time I wasn't very happy with the way I sung. I didn't get a lot of compliments about my voice. So it's a lot of years of actually being told to shut up, and I'm too loud, and too this and too that. And bit of indication after all that time to have someone go, no, what you do is what we want. And I mean, realistically, I just yell, to be honest. But that's okay. No, that was one of the standout moments. I'm in a couple of tribute bands, a couple of the crowds, seeing people show up in makeup for a Marilyn Manson tribute band, and having them come right to the front barrier and like be happy and connect with you on that. It's a privilege to be able to connect with individuals on something that you both have in common, and it's a privilege to be able to look out on a few people and go like,
you get it.
Yeah, like we all get this, right? And this is just a moment that we're going to spend together. And Freaks on the Beach was one of the first ones we did. That was cool. Yeah, I think I love every show I do. I haven't had one where I've come home and said anything other than I'm glad I get to do what I do. It doesn't feel like work or anything. So, and other than that, that's probably the main one. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what's next for you? So you've got these songs. I know that they're not recorded yet.
So they're not they're demoed but not done. But I'm talking to Edney Road Studios, Kale over there, Bill Ginn at Strength in Music Studios, and we're pipelined now that I'll get probably most of what I did today. It'll be down in the next month or two. Then the advantage of being in the position I am, I can book myself onto lineups. So that's probably what I'll do, is just opening act and get these things done. I like the way that we recorded today. It's sort of what I want to do. I want to be, this is a digitally saturated world full of over-polished and overproduced and over-perfected, sterile. I don't want to say soulless because it isn't always, but it certainly is sterile enough. We've forgotten that the reason that Led Zeppelin sounded great was because Bonham missed the snare, or because Page bent that note too far, or because the tempo shifted. We've forgotten that Mick Jagger and Beatles and all those guys that are these larger than life, almost godlike people to us, were actually flawed humans, and those flaws, that energy was what we captured. And I want to go back to that. I want to go back to, yeah, it's a mistake. Good. Keep it. It's a moment. Did the moment feel real, and was it right? And then when it came back through the speakers, did I remember how I felt then? That's what we want. So that's what's next. It's just trying to be as authentic as the digital age will allow. And then I want to aim to follow I guess call it a non-traditional distribution method that promotes connectivity with end user. So I want to talk to the person that bought the track. I don't want to go to Spotify. I want to go to the Web3 decentralized streaming platforms like Autify and things like that.
Yeah.
And direct people to the Patreon and Vimeo. And I want a video chat with someone that wants to talk to me about my music.
Keep it more organic.
Yeah. And people are like, oh, you need Spotify for exposure and this and that. I need to try and make a living out of something like this. And I need to feel as though I did something with my time here. So what I need is people. I can have 5,000 streams on Spotify, or I can have 5 real fans that are willing to pay $250 a week, a month, whatever it is. And we're all doing something now that keeps me doing what I do, gives back to them, and I can actually connect with that. And I'd rather do that than have all the streams in the world. That doesn't mean it's just a number in a column.
Yeah.
And maybe it pays, but it doesn't feel right. It doesn't. I don't know. I'm not looking to be a starving artist. There's nothing noble about it, believe me. But I just feel like we've the arts industry, the arts sector has been overlooked and undervalued for far too long. We've lost our way a bit, and I think it's because of the inauthenticity of it all. And if we can get back to something more organic, and I can push forward to promote that, and things like what you guys are doing as well, if we can all do that, then we raise the tide, right? Like one of my favorite sayings, rising tide raises all ships. If everyone puts in what they've got, everyone contributes, and everyone pushes for a little bit more, brings what they can, then it raises for all of us. And then everybody wins. And I think if we can get to a situation where everybody wins, then everybody wins.
Yeah.
Pretty obvious. So, that's what's next.
Mate, thank you so much for joining us.
An absolute pleasure. It really has been.
We're keen to see what happens for you next.
Looking forward to it, mate. Thanks heaps.
Thanks.